5.
Time being 6:30 PM, I'll call to order the Tuesday, April 10th Tilton Planning Board meeting. First item on the agenda is the review of the March 27th minutes. Other than Christine, did everyone have an opportunity to review them? Are there any additions, deletions, alterations?
I have a question.
Yes.
The discussion seems to be abbreviated. Are you relying on the conditions to carry us through?
Yeah.
Once I read the conditions, I went, well, that was pretty thorough.
Yeah, I guess there were a few things that were discussed, kind of intermingle with the approval of the waivers that did show up in the conditions, and my notes on them were kind of sparse, so I can certainly add if you want, but.
No, like my question, I guess I'm comfortable if you feel the conditions will carry it through.
Yeah.
They're pretty thorough.
Sure.
Thank you, make a motion.
Yeah, thanks.
Motion to approve the minutes of March 27, 2018.
All those in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? And one abstention, did you catch that?
All right, who was it? Deb?
No.
Oh, yes.
Christine, who's here?
Thank you.
Physically. All right, continuation of site plan review for AutoServe. They are not going to make it tonight. Dari, we're getting pretty close to the time limit on that. Should we
Yeah.
at least continue it till the May meeting?
I think we can continue it, but I'll seek something from them, if they're not ready to come there. I think at that point, if they're not coming on May 10th, I think we'll definitely need to send out a butter notices again if they are going to continue, because it's really gone so long. But, yeah, is it May 10th? Is that the? I think it's May 8th.
Plan over.
I don't know.
January, February, March, April. Yeah, it must be May
So the
8th.
10th, can they continue and before we have to start over?
Well,
Time certain, right?
there's a 65-day clock, but that can be waived by the applicant. And they've taken actions that would constitute waiving it, I would say. But I'll get something, where they clearly, explicitly waive it.
Well, I know this is a little bit unusual.
If they don't intend to come into site plan, does that mean that their sign needs to come down? Or covered?
Not necessarily. Because,
They're advertising commercial property that hasn't been site planned. Should at least
what
be-
does the sign say? Just auto serve?
Should it be covered? Which would be the least expensive way to go.
Yeah, I'm just not sure that they're not allowed to have a sign. It's a commercial piece of property. And
All of
it's,
their cars say, I mean, it looks right now like a used car lot, because
Yeah.
all the cars have auto serve on them.
all right, well, we'll talk to Al about it. We'll see.
Like I said, I don't really know, I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
yeah.
Could we possibly approve it even without them here, based on the conditions that we?
I don't see how we could set conditions on somebody that isn't here
I mean-
to agree or disagree to
Well, I
them.
don't think
I'll, if you want, I'll give my opinion on it. I think if you knew you were kind of along what Chairman Tilton said, if you knew it was going to be maybe a simple approval, then I would contend that you could do it without them here. It's a notice that it was a notice continuation. They had the option of coming or not. It's an application that you guys have before you. I just think that if you're contemplating multiple conditions, beyond the simple they shall obtain all necessary permits, if you're talking about, you shall not park over here or something like that, or this shall be such way or that way, then I would say probably I wouldn't do it without the applicant here. So. And how are you going to find out without bringing it up? So, I don't know. I mean, yes, I think the board could open up the case, but you run the risk of getting, sort of getting into stuff where you wish you had the applicant here and maybe confusing things further, but that's up to you guys.
Would you like to open the case?
I have conditions that put on beyond permits.
Well, okay, just for discussion purposes, I'd like to, I'll just make a motion to approve planning board case 18-01.
Is there a second? That's one
All right.
I've heard it.
Okay, so that,
So if you get
motion
hold of them
failed.
from May
Okay, so, okay, is that a motion?
8th. It was a motion, yes.
Okay. All right.
We will go on to planning board case 18-06, site plan review proposal from Carla Chance to operate a water filtration business at 200 Laconia Road in the Regional Commercial District. Has everyone looked over the application? If not, please take a minute and do that.
I don't have the application.
Let's get to one, actually. We can hook these.
Unless you'll, sorry. No. I have that over there. That's minutes. Thank you.
Which one's Mr. Chance? Right. On the first page, you have draining systems, not applicable and applicable. So check both boxes.
Also, it's not supposed to be both. It should be not applicable. We're not changing any drainage on the outside of the building.
That's your choice. Thank you.
motion to accept planning board case 18-06 as substantially complete.
Deb seconded that, Barb?
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Any
Aye.
discussion?
Yes, ma'am.
At what point do we, ask, how come the proposed plan and information required is not on the proposed plan?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear
I
you.
mean, can we accept the application even though the information required is not on the plan anymore? Or are we just accepting this document and then go on to this and say why it's an open hearing?
Can you do that, Barb?
Present day of the discussion.
Okay, so now, all those in favor?
Yes.
Any opposed? Okay. Mr. Lachance, would you like to speak to us at great length and tell us what you're doing?
Sure. Well, thank you for having me. I started a water filtration company in Wilton, New Hampshire, and I was working for a well company down there for 15 years. And we, my wife and I, Mary, had decided that we needed to get away from that area because we're down near the Massachusetts border, and we're not fans of going into Massachusetts with all their regulations. And we also know that there is not as many competition up here in the Lakes region. So we wanted to be more centrally located to the state of New Hampshire, so because we service like an hour away, so we wanted to be more centrally located. And then we had found the site of 200 Laconia Road, and with the road frontage and the exposure, we thought it was great. It is a residence where we can live, and we can also operate a service business out of it. It's not something that we're going to be having, it's not a Walmart or anything like that. We may have one or two customers occasionally that would stop in to drop off some water samples or speak to us, but we go to people's homes to evaluate their systems, to test the water as it's coming in from the well or whatever it be, and size the filtration system based on that water quality. So we're going to people's homes. So we're requesting your permission to be able to have Bill here help us convert the barn over into a office area where we can have a couple offices upstairs and a reception area in front, where a little showroom where we can show some of our products, and a area out back where we can have some storage for the installation of filters and that sort of thing.
Out back inside the barn?
Yeah, and the back half of the barn would be
Inside?
Yep, yep. And I believe it's the utility section on the drawings. There's another drawing that you may not have seen, is the, oh yeah, no, you have it
Over
there.
that, over that.
Storage.
So you're not changing the footprint of the building?
Yep.
Why did you feel that this applicable information was not required on the proposed plan?
Which one are you referring to?
Shape, size, height, surface treatment of proposed structures, existing structures, tree retaining, elevation of all buildings. I don't think there's an elevation of any building.
Because we weren't changing the current structure.
Location of proposed parking spaces, no parking spaces, no loading spaces.
The parking spaces we feel was adequate based on the size of the parking area in front to be able to accommodate our vehicles and a couple customers that may stop in.
You don't show how you get onto the lot from Route 3. And there has to be some way of driving through the lot,
There is a driveway application that was submitted as well.
but it's not here.
I think I may have forgot to print off the new drawing that I submitted to, I'm not sure if Jerry had a copy of that, because I had drawn on where the entrance was that I submitted to the state, and they had approved it as drawn and as explained. Did I give that to you?
Yeah, I have both your driveway application and your driveway permit.
But
Was there a drawing with it as well?
I don't recall seeing a drawing, yeah.
our site plan requires it to be on this,
Okay.
along with those, those other things I noticed. And so you have to be able to drive onto the property,
It's existing.
drive through the property. Where is your delivery going to take place?
Yep,
Delivery.
the existing driveway is not going to change, so I guess that's probably why it was left off.
But what's the existing driveway? Is it paved, is it dirt,
It's dirt.
is it exactly where these dotted lines are?
It's in the,
Where it's grass? So in other words, what's the impact on this lot? It's hard to tell from your drawing.
I understand, and I could actually send, if you gave me a few minutes, I could actually send the drawing to Derry, and you could probably print it off, that shows the driveway. Because I had to submit that to the state for the driveway permit, and I have the drawing.
That's 14, isn't it? No, that was one of the-
What is the lighting?
What's that?
What is the existing lighting?
There is a couple spotlights up in front, on top, in the front of the barn.
So there's no fence
The fence is down, right?
down.
The fence is still there existing.
So the fence is there.
Yep, the fence is still there. And I was planning on taking that fence down. That's why I didn't show it on the drawing.
Oh. Yeah, it's hard to tell from the snow.
So this is the driveway here, the mailboxes?
No, that's the neighbors. The driveway's on this side. It's actually, the driveway's right in front of the barn.
Everything in front of the house is lawn.
But it could be parking. Well, it would be parking?
It can be parked, I'm currently parking there now in front. Yeah, I have one vehicle that I park here, and then that vehicle that's in the parking lot over there is that drawing, that picture shows.
Where's that parking lot?
In front of the barn.
So they're parked in front of the barn, can't tell if it's a road or not.
The picture on our tax card shows little grass, where you were saying now that it isn't.
Well, there is grass in front of the house, but I park.
This shows it in front of the barn quite substantially.
Yes, it is.
So
But there's
you're
also,
removing that grass?
There's no grass in front of the barn now.
no, and that's why I show it on front of the existing houses, existing parking, because that's where people have clearly parked in the past there. I know it shows that there is grass not there now, but maybe they only had one car and parked in front of the existing barn. But there's clearly parking on the backside of where the fire hydrant there is, in between the fire hydrant and the house.
How old is this picture?
I have no idea.
Probably 3 years.
They update them occasionally, but I don't know. But like I said, there's nothing on here to tell us. I don't know how you access the lot. I don't know how many parking spaces fit on this, because there's no dimensions. So you have to have, driveway's probably not by the fire hydrant, so I'm assuming it's over here. So if you drive in, then you have one way in and out, I guess.
Correct, and
It's not gonna be two-way.
that's what the permit from the state does state as well.
Yes, where's the driveway?
It's just
like
a
the
big
whole
open,
thing-
it's
the
just a
whole
big
thing is
open space.
It is, it's just wide
So
open.
what is the state going to? What does the state recognizes your driveway
It's
entrance.
just a wide open.
30 feet in front of the barn. And that's what I'm looking, I know I have it right here.
Like I said, I have your permit and your, your application and your permit.
I've got the permit here from the state.
Right, and there was a drawing, that's what I'm trying to find, is my sent items too. So, bear with me here.
That's fine.
That's a good little tool, isn't it?
That's a good one.
Yeah, but the water is just kind of running
Yeah, sure.
What is it, this one? Oh, wow, it is wide open,
It's
so
just a- it's just a
it's
dirt
just a
lot.
big dirt, so we have no idea. It's all discovered.
There's no diagram on it that explains all the
Anyway, that's
sizes
cool
and
work.
specifications from the state.
Pretty cool, huh?
That's very cool. I have something like that on my computer. Not
See,
big.
your house right now.
Hopefully not.
I have it here on my, there's existing
is a
driveway
driveway
approximately 40 feet wide.
Good
And that's
information.
where you come in to this whole area.
This is a lot bigger here, right?
Correct.
Okay.
See, this is the drawing that I drew in a couple lines right in here.
So there's no driveway curve?
No,
It's just a dirt.
It's just a strange,
it is
It's
wide
like on the
open.
hotel down on Route 3.
Yeah.
Before the mall.
so you just,
There's the existing driveway.
The house is.
40 feet wide?
Approximately 40 feet. The state wants me to make it 30, so it's gonna have to come in 5 feet on either side.
And then go where? just-
Right,
You're gonna have parking in front of the house and parking in front of the barn?
yep,
Are you gonna delineate like who, like your personal parking as opposed to the business? Are you talking like your
correct. Well,
parking
with
over
the,
here?
yeah, well, with the business being here, it's gonna be clear that when you walk, drive in, that you're parking here in front of that. We'll leave that wide open for people to park as they approaching.
So you're gonna narrow it down by 10 feet?
Correct.
Yeah, you can't have
The state
20
approved
foot
30
wide
feet,
driveway.
right, Carl?
Right, well, that's what the state,
What did you say? The state, sorry, to interrupt you, the state approved 30 feet?
Yep.
And the width of the barn, or the building that we're gonna renovate is 25 feet. So if that helps you with that, 25 feet, so 2.5 feet left and right of that will be the parking.
How will you delineate that your access to Route 3 is 30 feet so that people aren't, it's like
Well,
you have
basically-
2 cars trying to leave at various places.
Correct, and
How will
they,
you correct this area here
Because-
that's all gravel? You just looked at it
Well,
on Google Earth.
Well, the
Sure,
permit
the
says that
permit.
he has to
make them curb.
asphalt apron.
Yep, has to be an asphalt apron added.
That's still not gonna stop people going from gravel to asphalt. Do you know what I mean? This may be
Like a
asphalt over
fence
here,
or
but from what you
some
just
kind of-
showed us on Google Earth.
Maybe
So,
fencing
What
or
are you
some
gonna
kind
put
of
along here to
shrubbery?
keep people from accessing Route 3?
I can put some curbing there. What do you think, Bill?
Curbing would definitely take care of it. I know at some point you definitely, when things get moved, we want to pave it, but there could be a curbing right now to access just to 30 feet, no further than that.
Well, it's expensive just to put stones.
Stone,
Sure, I put some stone, just some stones in front of,
Yeah.
try to make it look
Big rocks.
attractive too.
Well, like we have at the park across from the PD.
Oh, yeah, the big rocks.
Yeah,
People can't drive all that.
people can't drive between them.
Just make sure you don't put them in the states right away. It's like
Right.
33 feet on either side from center line or whatever it is, some,
So we're gonna have an excavator in this, we could definitely bring in, some boulders, whatever, just to accent, so
This is where you're entering or leaving.
keep the risk off.
Shrubbery, something.
Sure.
What's the
Shrubbery.
escalator for?
Yeah.
You aren't staying here.
Just the driveway, we gotta work on the driveway, it's all muddy.
Gravel access.
oh, reread it.
Careful, I think.
Um,
No, it's usually-
okay. All right.
Was the house occupied when you bought it?
It was being rented.
I'm just surprised that the rest of it down. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the road I grew up on.
Have you bought this, or are you in the process of buying?
Purchase and sales, should be closing in the next week, I hope.
Can you, you're gonna obviously put up a sign of some kind.
Correct, there was a sign permit too.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you have that to show us where that's, because that's not on here either.
Can you just briefly describe the sign?
Sure.
I am
It's
thinking
going to be a
it
lighted
was-
sign that would go, the road is here, it's going to go over here on this side.
Use it at work all the time.
Okay.
Yep.
Lighted,
Now
but
it has-
not,
It's free,
just
just
a spotlight sort of thing?
No, it's going to be internally lit with LED.
LED signs,
Yep.
okay.
It's easy. Just need to sign it and send it.
Right, so you've seen the sign
See
already.
where
so
this
I need
is.
that.
Yeah, and that's all in there.
Okay.
She's something neat, isn't it?
Yes.
So you said your business, you don't expect a lot of customers there, maybe dropping off water samples.
Correct.
Is it a type of business where somebody would stop in and say, I need water filtration, too much iron, too much manganese, what have you got? Would you have like a showroom type?
Yes, exactly. That's what that's what the bar and showroom area will be, where I can show customers what I'm selling.
So you could have literally customers stay all day long coming in and out?
Yeah.
I wish, but
So the reception is your showroom?
I'm lucky with my dog, I would love to.
what's that?
Reception area is your showroom?
Yes. No.
Just the systems and stuff.
Yeah, the systems. I might have some bleach, but other than that.
Um,
Salt.
So how many employees would you have?
Just my wife and myself currently, and I might have a salesman at some point, where he'd be on the road most of the time anyways.
So less than five.
Yes.
Pulling enough space. And this is really a starting point, it's not the space for a while. I mean, you're limited being 25 by 25 and half the stores and half the state.
Right.
And not a lot of space here.
So you'll be doing installations,
Correct.
so you'll sell the product and you'll install.
Correct.
And you're gonna store all of that in the barn?
Correct.
Okay.
I also order as I need, so I'm not
So you don't
inventory.
have to have a lot of product.
No.
So, do you require a dumpster?
Yes.
Okay. Where will your dumpster location be?
On the left side of the barn towards the back.
There's a set of double doors there in front of the storage unit, storage part of it. I'd say the dumpster would be in the rear of that.
How much
Which I
space?
understand, it's none of my business, but there's enough area on their property, in order to put like a little 6-yard dumpster.
Right, that's what I call it. It's a 6-yarder.
So there's enough room for you to back down, staying on your property to that dumpster? Or for
Correct.
them to pull down whichever way? I guess they drive into them now, don't they?
To remove them, yeah.
And that sign picture actually shows a good side of that.
How much space is there between that barn and the boundary of your buddy property?
It's about 20 to 30 feet. And that drawing on the sign permit, I believe, shows a picture of the left-hand side. It's pretty good.
Doesn't show the
Doesn't,
ends of the barn. You see when you go down the side.
But your Google would show those. quite
There's a
well.
telephone pole laying on the ground now, which is the
Yeah,
property.
or show, so you have a good piece of land there. You can kind of see the boundary.
Because you can see the pole.
And the pole is pretty much at the boundary?
yes.
You see the one on the other side also.
So it'd be
Is
right
this
there.
a residence or is this a business?
It's a business. Well, it's a house and they do car repairs and stuff in the garage. And then there's a cemetery.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
yep, that's who it is, small engine repair.
Yeah, and then on this side, you can see this side too. It's like little mountains and trees.
This one's still a residence, I think, completely.
Yes, I think you're right.
I was just thinking of disturbing the
But there's already a business on the left
The
side.
neighbors.
On the-
So
on the
there is a
right.
dwelling unit directly beside the barn.
No, well, yes, that goes along with the,
Yeah, it's Ray March's
Yeah.
property, he lives there.
Correct.
What time will your dumpster pickup be?
They were there at 11, I think. I'm pretty cordial with Ray.
Well, how often do they pick up for the dumpster? Is it weekly or?
Every couple weeks.
Where you would put your dumpster, do it on the side of his business too, right?
Correct. Well, yeah.
He's kind of spread out, but I think his
Yeah.
equipment's on close to your side.
We do have a noise ordinance that would pertain to that if it was too early in the morning or too late at night.
Sure, I would make sure the dumpster
What time is it for an AM? Like, if you start working and?
is 7.
I don't know.
10 PM to 7 AM.
I'm just
It
curious.
varies, the weekends are different, Sunday is different, I don't remember, but it's on the Tilton website, and it doesn't say noise ordinance, it says disorderly. It's going to cover a lot of things. Your lights on your barn, you said they were spotlights,
Correct.
so they're not shielded, so that it's not directly downcasting light?
It is, but, and we are having our discussion with Bill on some exterior lighting. We anticipated that there may be some needed lighting by your regulations, whatever, and we will accommodate.
Okay, because I think those would have to be changed. Unless because it says fully shielded wall-mounted fixtures shall be limited to total output of 3,000 lumens or 150 incandescent bulb.
The lighting will all be updated.
One per every 400 square feet of wall. Unshielded wall-mounted fixtures limited to basically a 40-watt bulb, one per every 400. So, yeah, if you follow this.
Sure, we'll follow that. I would like to also point out that if you're standing outside of my house at 9 o'clock at night, you can almost read a book because Hampton Inn across the street is so lit up that it's pretty lit out there.
Well, what's happening is this ordinance that we have, in 2000, I think it's 19, everyone will have to come into compliance with it.
Got it.
You'll be in front of the curve.
Okay.
The disorderly is 10 PM to 6 AM, Monday through Friday. Saturday, not before 7 AM, and Sunday, not before 8 AM.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Have you been taking notes for homework?
I have, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you were.
I do also,
Yeah.
yeah. Been giving you notes to go home and read from. Things you'll need to see on,
Okay.
then when we come back next month to those
Signs and
parking
storage.
spaces around there.
So for this size building, how many do you have to have?
I think that's square feet, I think they've got it.
Oh, yeah, they're
I think it's at 6.
Six?
They've got less than 5 employees, if you take out the square foot of our ordinance.
And that doesn't include parking for the house?
6, it doesn't include parking for the house.
Okay.
Your existing snow storage, if you count all of your snow from your parking lot there, and if you did it this year, that'd be quite a pile of snow. Sudden, big rain, snow melt, how's that going to affect the dwelling unit next to you?
Both Ray and I work together with all the snow that we had this year.
You're not Ray Marges, but on the other side.
Oh,
You have your snow storage on the east side, Ray's
correct.
on the west.
Right, and that actually explains, where that parking is behind the fire hydrant. There's a snowbank that goes up there in front of where that parking is. All the other snow gets pushed over the back banking.
Behind the house?
What's that?
Behind the house?
Correct. Over by where
So-
where the dumpster is. That is done by Ray next door.
So there's some snow storage right
There's
here.
wetlands back there.
But is that on his land?
I believe it's No, I'm not sure exactly where that lot line is back there.
So I was referring to your snow storage on this map, which is up by Route 3
Yep.
on the east side. If this suddenly melts, will it adversely affect Route 3 or this property? And we have that
Relatively
occasionally.
flat there, it didn't cause
It's
any
pretty
problems.
close to Route 3 as well.
And the town actually has been pushing, because of the fire hydrant there, they actually have been pushing some snow there as well.
We don't plow there. That's Route 3, that's the state.
Well, they open up in front of
That would
the
be the fire district, that's the
fire
town.
hydrant.
The question I've got, so is Route 3 the same height as the property next door? Is it higher? It should be higher from the built up. I'm just curious. For the drainage.
Pretty much flat,
So it's about the same height?
yes.
I mean, it's very sandy.
This is grass where this is.
Grass,
Yeah.
isn't it sand?
There's a lot of sand up there
I mean, it's
in the
very
front
So look at the
sandy.
picture, this boundary where the
It's all
snow
very
storage.
I
sand.
mean, you're
It's
right.
grass and the property next door is
It's all
grass.
sand.
Riverbank
This is the dwelling
area.
unit.
It's
Right in
sand.
front
So that's my question, does it flow down to it? How's it
It
gonna
kind
happen?
of, this year, it just.
Because you're very
percolated down
close,
into
you're,
snow.
you're almost on the boundary.
That's a fire hydrant?
Yeah.
I mean, that's 30
It
feet.
looks like it's sloped down a little bit.
That's less than 10 feet from your gutter.
So are you, Catherine, worried that there's gonna be a flooding, or?
Ice on the Route 3?
What is,
Well,
what is the
our
concern?
zoning ordinance,
That's the fire hydrant,
right,
and that's the property line.
he's got snow storage here. That's right on this abutting line.
It's pretty close to the fire hydrant, actually.
No, I'm going by his boundary. The fire hydrant, this is obviously not where it is. But this snow storage, if this is 30 feet, this is less than 10 feet from this boundary.
And this is to scale.
This is
Scale, 1 inch.
Your fire hydrant is not.
No, it looks like it's right parallel with the front door, the fire hydrant.
So I'm going
Pretty
by
much
the
parallel with
boundary.
the front door.
You've got a boundary, you've got a snow storage less than 10 feet from your gutter. In our zoning, it says that what you do on your property, snow storage wise, diverting water, whatever, does not affect your gutter.
Okay,
So that's what I'm looking for.
sure. We'll make sure we address that. There is a place on the right-hand side that is all grass and stuff, so you could push some snow back into there towards the back of
Well, my question was going to be, does it have to be so close to that abutting line?
the.
Because if you keep
No.
it closer to the west, if you don't need all that parking from what you described, you probably don't.
Correct.
But if you kept it further west, then as Jules says, it's pretty gravelly, sandy there. I don't think there's much grass there according to the picture, that could be less of that.
I understand that.
And if you flood Route 3, that's up to New Hampshire DOT.
And the other thing, if it's a real bad winter, I mean, have the snow removed.
Exactly, haul it.
Correct. And I, being new to the property, and you're telling me some things that I didn't know as well, but the town or whoever it is comes in and cleans out in front of that fire hydrant, and they push it to where I put the existing snow storage on the drawing. So I was just going by kind of history on what has happened with the property.
I
So if you need me to address it differently, I can.
So they contribute to that by removing, pushing the snow that
Gotta
way.
do the road agent.
No, it's the fire district.
Fire district.
Oh,
We don't, it's a
we'll go
different.
there.
When they shovel out the.
We have to
It's a
have
different
this
department.
So weird.
Anyway, not you.
Yeah. So, when you redo your map, take that into consideration where they want the snow.
Okay.
So
And everything you're saying, I never would have thought of me, to be honest with you.
That's why they pay us the big bucks.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
So, is it at least 30 feet away? Is that possible? More would be better, but
From the line.
Yeah, I believe so, from that line over on that side, yeah.
I'm just for my notes. When you redo your map, we can look at it again.
Okay.
Hang out with this.
Well, that,
What's that?
yeah,
That's
so
already
it comes
done.
back next, you could have dug well.
Yeah. so you'll be mindful of that.
So we'll give you some homework.
So you won't
Okay.
like 20 feet this way.
Chairman Tilton,
Yes,
would the board possibly like to review the waiver request letter to make sure that he
let's
does?
do that, just to make sure that we're not gonna have you come back yet again.
When were you hoping to open?
As soon as possible, and that's what I was just going to ask if the board would consider approving phase one as submitted, and then phase two upon final approval. Because I did submit it as 2 phases, and I really would like to be able to, advertise that I'm in the area. I've been kind of holding back on trying to grow the business, waiting for this meeting. So anything you guys could,
You already have a banner up or something, right?
I got approval through the town to put the banner
Yeah,
up, that
I
it was
understand that.
that was coming soon.
Made it to the home show.
Yes,
Just send one copy of the waiver request.
This is,
So I can start looking.
It's in your.
Oh.
this is Dari's original sign permit, so don't take that.
Yeah, but in your.
Actually, I'll just take it back now.
You don't trust us?
In your
Great.
application. It's in the application.
So you're planning on coming back?
Checked out?
It's right in the middle.
Phase
Cut out.
two.
although we're open for all the phases to be approved
So
at
it's not
once.
building it.
But understanding that you guys would like me to address some things, I was hoping that you would be able to at least grant me to do phase one, so I could move forward with at least doing some advertising, and let people know that I'm here, and then come back for phase two before we do any construction on the barn.
Phase one is only about an office and the living quarters,
Correct.
nothing else.
It's a little complicated to approve that because you don't, I mean, it's almost like you'd have to modify the application, approve that, and then,
Is there any reason he can't advertise as long as he doesn't have stuff in the building? Components, he doesn't have people coming in, if he's doing phone consultations, house consultations.
So he's gonna advertise for a business that's not in existence because of site plan?
I guess it would essentially constitute off-premise advertising. I mean, you know, I think that knowing he's planning to come, with the understanding that he's coming back on May 8th, there's a very reasonable expectation that he'll meet all your requests. I don't see any rush to get out there and shut him.
It's just a raw barn right now, and it's just a garage/barn. That's it.
Anything you do to that is gonna be an improvement.
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's.
So you're asking for phase one, and it shows in my thing, the house, but I thought you were living in the house. And your
We are
business is
living in the
gonna
house.
take place
Um,
in phase two. So I'm confused.
You want
He was
an
gonna put
office
just an office in the house to get going.
to start. See this map again? Office.
Then would it be
I
a
thought
home-based
this was
business?
barn.
Oh, that is a barn, I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
But he
Then
talked
would it be a
about-
home-based business?
Which requires site plan review, yeah, I
Okay,
mean,
what do you
it's.
do on your computer?
I tried to change that. Yeah, I mean, I really think the best thing to do is just, we'll be focused on getting you to the next meeting and approved.
Do what you gotta do.
And I think if everyone's focused on that, then that's probably the best way to go, I would think. I mean, in order for the board to give you some sort of approval tonight, I think we'd kind of need to do something where you formally scale back your application. And that's, somewhat of
All right.
a lot of time spent when really we're very close to the end result, other than the fact that the next meeting, we have to wait until that next meeting.
This use is allowed in that area.
Yeah,
I-
right.
See what the
So it's
stopping
just the,
from
getting going on the building.
Yeah, taking,
So it's just lack of information for us.
yeah, it's just a.
We just need, we're gonna give you a
Okay,
list.
it's minor things that you're looking for.
Right.
Yeah. it's
Well,
We're
just-
gonna have a list for you.
Well, no, they're not minor, they're huge.
Huge now, good job, Bill.
They're very important.
Okay, let's go over the waiver request, and make sure that we are all in agreement on
I
that.
didn't read that as a waiver, it's just this kind of a
We respectfully submits the following waiver request for consideration by the planning
Was
board.
that paragraph you just had, Marie, and that first
Oh, I
paragraph?
didn't read that.
Okay.
I expect you to say waiver request.
Feel free to follow along. Okay, existing data information required, drainage systems not presented because there are no proposed changes. Does anyone have any concerns with that?
Well, we don't know
Oh,
what's existing
yeah,
there.
drainage.
Is there
Over
a catch
his
basin
waiver
from the
request.
state along
Yeah,
there
okay, I
anywhere?
know that.
So there is no drainage system.
Right.
I went and visited the site today. It's very flat. There's plenty of green space to accommodate any stormwater. It's my assessment.
But there's no drainage system there, right?
There's
No
a,
underground
well, I mean,
drainage.
there's what's naturally, there's natural provisions for drainage,
The rain garden.
Okay, proposed plan and information required. Lines of proposed lots to be created, dimensions proposed, no. No new lots, proposed grades and contours. Dari says it's flat. Proposed drainage, see the one above. For stone drainage, including location, elevation, layout, catch basins, others, and we know there are none.
Waiting to not do that.
I just
Right.
want to
Yes.
mention one thing. The developed areas are flat. As you go to the back of the site, it does slope down. So I just want to make sure.
Towards
I
the back or
didn't
towards
miss
the
this.
house?
What's that?
Towards the back, slopes towards the back?
Towards the back.
Towards the woods.
Yeah, it goes down in the back, right? But the areas of, requiring, developed areas requiring treatment are all flat.
Okay. Location of proposed structures are already there, there's no building new. No new streets, no new sidewalk.
Wait. Location with it in curbing, we are gonna ask them to do some curbing or something, right?
Boulders or something.
Or potentially something?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
But that's not on this.
That's on the chart.
Okay.
Okay, and then proposed landscaping, including alteration of existing natural features. So do we all agree we don't need that information on the
Well,
page?
Yes.
No, did we talk about location
Okay.
and curbing of proposed streets?
We did. He's not putting in a street.
No, but I know it's proposed streets, but we don't even have that for existing streets.
We're gonna
But that's on
address
his,
it on our
that's
list
on
of
his,
things
we want it list.
to the map.
So proposed landscaping, are you gonna grass in
The grass.
some of this area that's chewed up
Would
at
you
all?
like, would you like some grass then?
I don't know, I haven't
Oh, fine.
visited it.
It seemed to me that there were areas of, maybe just because it's some springtime, some bare soil areas that could be seeded, and that would provide better erosion protection, obviously. So if that's something you'd be willing to do, that'd be nice to see on the plan.
Sure, I do plan on fixing the place up.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't own it yet, like you said.
Yeah, right.
You're not gonna wanna look at the dirt.
Tracking in, tracking out.
But I think written down that was how, yeah, that's similar. Next.
All right, ta-da. And we just have other statement, environmental impact, economic impact, other technical studies. So do we have a motion to accept the waivers as presented?
I'll make that.
I'll second it.
Okay, is there any discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, any abstentions? So the waivers have been granted. And we do have a list for you of things to put on your plan to bring back to us next time. So do we have a motion to continue this until the next meeting?
Could you give them the list first? So
Let's see if
that,
our lists are the same, ready?
okay.
Because you said you had a list too.
All right,
Let's share lists,
all right. Who goes first?
whichever. You said the fences are coming down, so you
Yeah.
might just want to note that somewhere, that
Okay.
we have to see where the actual driveway is going to be. Show us the parking spots the actual spaces.
Delineate them.
And make sure they're delineated with measurements,
Okay,
because we do have in our ordinances sizes,
okay,
so check the ordinance for that.
okay.
Show the
I'm
stones.
sorry, I'm gonna interrupt. You also have to show how the cars go in and out, since you have it in two locations. Is it one way? I mean,
Yeah, like how's
It's
the
gotta be
traffic
two-way.
pattern?
so it's gonna
Yeah,
tell you the
that
width
makes sense.
required for one-way and two-way, and you're gonna have to have two-way.
Yep, for in and out, yep, okay.
Okay, let's see, we got the,
Lighting,
You said 6 parking spots is what we estimated for that
Correct.
size.
okay, so you have the
For the
stones
business.
down, not in the right of way. Gonna put the sign on the plan,
Okay,
dumpster on the plan.
okay,
Would like something from the fire department, but they've looked at this and said, yep, we can get in and out of there with no problem.
Have they been over?
no,
So, check on the ordinance that's going into effect next March for the lighting, make sure you're gonna conform to the lighting. May as well do it now, so you don't have to redo it next year.
yep, is that on the website?
So no
Should be.
zoning.
Yeah, it's in the zone.
So all the measurements around the property, give us those, and make sure your snow storage is at least 30 feet from the lot line.
Okay,
And then you can just put a little comment in there that you're gonna see barren areas for
okay.
assisted soil erosion. Do you have anything else?
We did the curbing with the
Um,
stones.
Yep, we got that up there.
You said, you made a comment that where it ended something out of the right of way. Was that the boulders or the, was?
Yes,
Okay,
just to make sure
yeah,
they're not
all right.
right away.
Is there pins on the four corners of your lot now, do you know?
I don't think it's actual pins, but they got the, those logs or the,
I'm just curious, because a plot plan will take care of these wages really working within the plot plan for everything.
Exactly.
Yep.
Mhm. Anyone else have anything that?
It does show when you look at Google Earth that your lines are marked by like down trees or something, like they have little
yeah,
telephone
my
pole.
telephone poles on
telephone
the
pole
inside,
something.
yeah.
But you never know which neighbor might have put those down for you.
Right,
Sometimes when a property's empty, things happen.
Question that way.
I need a little more plot.
Do we agree on all this?
Did you have anything else?
No, that's everything I had.
Nice job, Judy.
Perfect, perfect. All right, so we'll see you on May 8th.
May-
All this fun stuff. I'll even give you a list.
Thank you very much.
Actually, sorry, I cut you off when you were trying to do it as a motion earlier, so do you want to actually do continue to May 8th as
I
a?
would love to.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Is it always Tuesdays?
Okay, so, we have a motion to continue to May 8th.
Yes.
Seconded? A second?
Sure, I'll
Thank
second
you,
it.
Deb. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much. Have a good
All
evening.
right, thank you.
Take care.
Thanks.
All right, we have a conceptual for car wash. Now you have a good list of what you'll need. That should have answered a lot of questions.
The lot is on 596 West Main Street.
596.
Yeah.
Whereabouts is
Yeah,
that?
stay now.
It's a vacant lot.
Sits in front of the KRM landscape. Oh, it's his front lot that's right on.
Yeah, it's not his, but.
But it's, yeah. There's nothing on it. Yes.
Beans.
It's a beans.
Oh, is that me?
Yeah.
So we have a purchase and sales on that property, with Mr. McKee. We're looking to close on next week. And our idea for the lot is to put a in there. And so we are looking for some feedback. We know all the traditional stuff,
How big is it?
plan-wise.
3/4 acres.
And at this time, we are looking to put in, phase of the self-serve. We're looking at the self-contained home unit. So it's essentially a building, and the car starts through the building, out, and that's it. With, of course, the vacuum units, different setup now than we were. But I know that it's a more involved, let's say, business than some, as far as drainage is concerned and water usage and that sort of stuff. So I'm just looking to get ideas that will set me ahead. Of course, we would have a property engineer. We're working with a car wash company that does all of the design and has been in business for decades.
Is it a franchise?
No. No, it's just the people who supply the equipment, but they essentially do your design of the property and your best layouts.
It's town water over there, right?
Across the
The
street.
water's
every
across the
home.
Across the street,
That's the town, the city's that whole lot.
sewer's on your side.
And we did speak to the town, for the water company, and they noted that they had plenty of supply. For it, but it wasn't.
That's the district, the water's the district, not town.
Whatever, they have.
Whatever it is.
Well, it's important to know.
I'll be honest with
We
you,
don't have any
the
control.
traffic
over it.
there is my concern. To get in and out of a car wash there, and then KRM right there, and the light for Tractor Supply right there. I think your first step would be talking to DOT, because I
Make sure
don't
they give
see
you a
it.
driveway permit.
Yeah,
And that driveway is just arrows.
No, there is a curb cut right down the lot.
But I would start with them, because that lot's been empty for a long time, and that road has developed, so I don't know.
15 years or so.
Yeah. Steve.
Yeah, any idea with the washes? Or was it in one and about the same, or
Well,
in
right now,
one?
there's one
or
curb
the
cut,
other?
but I'm sure you could do that way or do that. But I can call the state and ask them.
How many feet of frontage?
It's 225, I think, 223.
And it's nothing across the street, right? It's just that house with the trailer. The trailer with the garage.
I think so. What happens to the wastewater in a car wash?
A lot of it all goes, you can put a reclaim system in, they'll recycle as much as you want, but most of them recycle 75% of the time. And it all goes through a filtration before it goes into the septic, to the sewage. Some places put reclaims in, some don't. It's a good idea with the tax bill and the water usage and all that, they're expensive, or we're trying to save them some,
I was curious, I just went to the car wash for the first time. I think you could go.
The first time ever?
And I was just wondering, yeah, you should wash it.
They actually use less water than what you use in the home.
Did they? And I was just like,
Yeah,
where's all
save
this
money.
go?
That's fresh.
That's interesting. I didn't even think of reclaiming.
How many cars a day would go through that? Or what's the potential?
You hope to see, they say on average you see about 1% of your traffic count, so 100 to 150.
Yeah, I think DOT, when I talked to them, has the traffic count between 13 and 14,000 there, but I had to do it for Dairy Queen. So, they were,
The next closest car wash, is that over in Belmont?
No, there used to be one in Franklin.
there is one in Franklin.
By the dollar store, but that went out.
There's one on
There's
Roosevelt.
one on Roosevelt,
Roosevelt.
yeah, but.
But there is the one.
Have you talked to the sewer department in the town?
I haven't, I was gonna call them.
They're right upstairs over there.
Yeah.
I know, from the
Yeah.
state. That had a huge impact if they would let you have two curb cuts, one in, one out, I don't know if
That's,
they would.
yeah, I don't know if they would.
For only 200 feet of frontage.
I just want to get get some feedback before I won't spend it.
How do you get water over there? You're gonna shoot it
Yeah,
into the road?
yeah, the tunnel underneath the road.
Pipe it under? It's interesting how they do that now.
Yeah, they won't let you cut the roads.
No. A lot of people. They put a big pipe
You
over
find
here.
weird things interesting.
Well, it's like I was watching when they put the tape under the river. That was quite a feat, especially when they missed.
I can't say that.
Pretty much it, lighting.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I do all
Looked at
that,
our
but I have
ordinances.
engineers have to lighten and all that stuff.
You've looked at our ordinance for lighting,
Yeah.
signage, the basics.
Yeah, all about basics.
That is-
Yeah.
And if it's a tunnel design, then it's a manned operation. So
Is that use
it's
permitted?
not a 24-hour
Is that use permitted in that zone?
operation. That's pretty much something that
It's a commercial.
Yeah, I think it's not like it's a,
stays at. So typically it would be like a, maybe not 27.
I assume it would have, yes.
So you don't have to worry
We
about
just know you know all this stuff, and so we ask you.
Right, it's
Never
fairly
asked.
consistent
It's
business, it's always the same, you
That's GC.
know. Simple, so.
It's not a huge traffic for the city, it's not.
No, when you were,
Let me tell you, around 3 to 5
Well,
every
yeah,
day.
yeah, it's
The-
cheaper
The
walk.
traffic's backed up anyway, so it's not
It
very hard to turn at that point.
but at the same time, I dealt with the DOT with our drive-through
You
enforcement.
see three times as much traffic.
And, you know, I can put 207 cars through my drive-through.
You have cars on the side of the road,
They
in the
not
summer where you
that-
have to go in.
That
They've
may
never
park,
been
but they
backed
have
up.
never been backed up out of my drive-through.
Yes, they have. I live across the street. Trust me.
If it was, it's because they were waiting to, that drive-through moves quickly, but they, I mean, I can't control if they park down the street, that's,
Yeah, they
I don't
do-
know,
they do
I
park
just
on the
know we
side.
get lots and lots of accidents of people going into Dunkin' Donuts because people are stopped to turn and somebody behind them doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
yeah, yeah. we've had-
Maybe we don't see it as much because they're more seasonal, but there's a lot of, they may have to have a light at some point on Route 3 there
I mean,
somewhere.
there's a little corner, you could just tell those they don't slow down there.
They don't, they're not paying attention.
Right.
Right.
55 cents.
It comes down to-
Yeah,
It's a busy road, definitely is a busy road.
it is.
So you guys own Dairy Queen?
Yeah.
So you're gonna offer like free ice cream cones with every wash?
Yeah.
Stuff like that?
Yeah, Jerry's
Yeah,
doing
you can buy it.
But, yeah, I mean, it would be, depending, of course, the easiest thing, in my opinion, would be if you could get the two, so that you could come in one end and out the other, and make a more consistent flow of
That would be totally up to DOT,
traffic.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll call them.
What if you could right turn only out of there?
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
That's, I mean, it's not our road, so it's up to
Yeah.
DOT, but.
Yeah.
That would help keep it going.
I did that up at Family Dollar. Family
That was
Dollar.
such a-
how do you want to find it?
Well, yeah, we kinda did that with, Five Guys too.
How do you write
You know what Family
Well-
Dollar is? By Hannaford.
Yeah?
When you come out, you're only supposed to right turn there.
Well,
There's
you
no lane for a
You
left
can
turn.
turn, you can still turn left, it would just, there'd be 2 lanes. So you could go, no, how?
No, Family Dollar is right
You can
turn
only
only.
go
No, I'm
That's
talking
right.
for them, how would people
But
do
if
to
I'm
go
at the
towards
car
Franklin?
wash and I wanted to go to Franklin,
You'd have to take a
Oh,
right,
take
take
a
a
right
right place,
and go
turn around
find
and
a
come
post
back.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
I wouldn't shoot for that.
Well, I don't- If
I
they're sitting in my
think
parking lot,
I
that's
don't
gonna
think
mess
that's
up
right.
traffic flow.
That's not us, right?
That's DOT, DOT was.
That's
Well, it's, they would be interesting to see what you said.
Hmm.
They've done that to a couple places.
Yeah.
Like they extended the curve, so when you come out of Market Basket, you can only do right, you can't go left.
Oh, right.
And they extended the curve to you.
How much space would this building take up? Like, out of the 3/4 acres, how much would be
You
used?
can't use 175%, so between pavement and everything.
Oh, we get extra points for that.
I'm just trying to picture in my mind.
It's hard to do a conceptual,
Yeah.
because we can't site plan.
Yeah, no, no.
Right.
no.
Right, yeah.
And I know I gotta do all that stuff, but it's one to come in.
That's why we were just looking to see if there was something that would trigger so that,
Yeah, the state would be your first stop.
Well, enjoy your evening.
Thank you for coming in.
Good luck. We'll be here.
Thank you.
Bye. Good night. Terry, do you have any correspondence tonight?
Thanks a lot, guys. Just, let's see, we are gonna need to come up with another commissioner for Lakes Region Planning Commission, definitely. John Scanlon's not interested in doing it again.
That's too bad.
If you wanna maybe think about that for next meeting, or if you guys wanna,
Well, Eric's not here, let's just appoint him.
His job, that's what John can, his job, because
Yeah.
the meetings are in the
He's somebody
afternoon.
with no job,
And-
it's kinda hard.
Aren't they usually around
It's
2?
not hard, but it's not someone we want to represent.
oh,
Although we all
They're in
I-
the afternoon.
I,
Some people
yeah,
think-
I don't know, actually, I'm sorry, I can't remember.
I used to go.
Okay, so we're gonna look for a planning person or
One more
come
meeting
up with some
ago.
Why
ideas.
did you stop?
Because I had
Don't leave us.
too many meetings.
He's gonna get out of here before we appoint him.
Have a good night.
We're right ahead.
Love it. Wait a minute, come back.
Wait, is he in? Are you
Are you
interested, really?
I've been here since the meeting started.
I know.
We're
No,
just always
we
looking
said-
for members.
Would you like to join the Lakes Region Planning Commission?
No.
Okay.
Have a good night. He's a good guy.
Okay, what else do we have?
AOT, I wrote a letter back to Kevin Lacasse, and they've got like pages of revisions. So, yeah. If anyone wants to look at that, there's potentially with all the pages here, I suppose it's possible that they might have to make changes that require them to come back, but just let me know if you want to take a look at this. It's in my office. Or I can pass it around, however you want to do it. But that's all I have.
Okay, do we have any other business? Then if not, entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Hi. Oh, wait, you going?
7:38, adjourn.
All right, Dari, an hour, not too bad.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Now maybe my husband will have dinner with me.
That's good,
No, I
everybody.
was just about ready to put everything in the oven when Dari called and said, oh, this is gonna be Jesus. He said, what did you make? That's what you
We
should
also
say.
have water or commissions tonight, water.
No, I was just ready to put some chicken in the oven and some butternut squash and then we can talk about that.